Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to fix the shoulder. Now the first thing you have to realize is this: 95% of all shoulder pain is coming from the gallbladder if it's the right side. And there's two nerves down here in your digestion that run up through the neck, and they're called the phrenic nerves. So there's a huge connection between your digestion and the shoulders and neck. So many people have tightness and tension up here, especially in the upper back, the traps right here, and it's coming from down here. So if that's the case, you get like a massage tool and you press into these points. Now I already know, even her, she had surgery for her digestive system, and ever since then, every time she eats, she has a pain on the left side. So we know all we have to do to fix that is work on massaging these points over here, okay? So that's how you would do that. That's just kind of a quick thing. And also you want to avoid certain foods that might be causing the distension in your gallbladder, like the bread, pasta, cereal, crackers, biscuits, waffles, pancakes, muffins, sodas, grease, all the foods that you probably shouldn't be eating, and that pain probably will go away. But people don't connect the dots. You always ask, like, when did it start and what happened just before? Well, I just ate something I shouldn't, and all of a sudden, boom, you get the pain. Okay, so now let's say it's an actual shoulder problem, all right? Let's say, it could be multiple things, but let's say she had an injury to the shoulder. There's two ways to fix it. If it's an injury to the shoulder, you can press on the opposite side. Anywhere it hurts over here, you can turn it off by pressing on the opposite side. But only do this after you do the gallbladder work through here, or the massage on the digestive system, because this won't work unless this is working here. Because you'd be surprised, even if someone injured themselves, a lot of times it's still connected to the digestion. They don't know it until they do that. But anyway, let's just pretend that you have pain in your shoulder. You can press on the opposite side. Okay, that's one thing. But there's several joints on the shoulder. You have on the top part called the AC joint right here. And sometimes that gets a little bit arthritic right here. So we don't fix this by rubbing on it. What we do is we always work on the opposite muscles. Now, the muscles that attach to the top, you would work on the bottom muscle. So I like to take my thumb up underneath. You could probably even take this. It's hard to do this one on yourself. There are ways you can do it, but you want to take your thumb and raise up underneath that arm and press up into the shoulder right there. And hold that. That will knock this pain out like that, okay? If there's pain on the front part, like right here, this is called the bicipital tendon. If there's pain here, I always like to work on the opposite side right here. That should get rid of the pain really fast. Anytime you work on the opposite, if it's the exact mirror image, it'll be twice as tender on this side. That means you have the right spot. So that's something that you can do. You can work that out and boom, it goes away like that. Secondly, a lot of shoulder problems, especially in the back, you have to work on underneath the clavicle. So you can even take this tool and kind of press up underneath this little collarbone here. There's muscles underneath here. So tilt your head back, forward, good, back, forward. Let me just use this, back, forward, and you start working on the front part, which will actually relax the back part, okay? So those are some simple things that I do. The other thing that's interesting is that all this stuff up here, like right up in here, the knot up here, that's all digestion or liver. It's not coming from just tight muscles. That's why you massage it, it never ever goes away. Comes back the next day because it's all digestion. So I use a product, it's called Gallbladder Formula, and that actually gives you nutrition to support the gallbladder. It helps lubricate the bile ducts. It helps even the pancreas in the stomach, and that takes a lot of pressure off here and the pain goes away. It's really interesting. It also helps a lot of neck problems too. So those are some simple tips. Now, one last thing, rotator cuff. If you have a tear in the rotator cuffs back here, you're going to have to get surgery because they don't grow back if it's completely tore, okay? Maybe if it's partially tore, but if it's completely separated, all these techniques are not going to help, all right? And then there's one common other shoulder problem that I noticed with people that when they lift up their arm, if you take your arm out here and try to lift it up this way, you see how she can do that fine? Okay, so let's say she lifted this, but she couldn't get far and she's raising the shoulder up. Like, let me do it like this. If they do this, that's not good. That means that this tendon has been tore, okay? So there's a little tendon that comes through the supraspinatus muscle right here that allows us to raise up. And a lot of people cut this from a fall, whatever, just old age, it just separates right here. It's like a little pulley, and they won't be able to do this, okay? So if you can't do this, then we know you're going to have to go get it ultrasound and probably get it sewn back. And it's very successful to do that. But let's say, for example, she has a hard time lifting this side, and it's like, we don't know if it's completely severed, but it could be just traumatized, and she can't raise the arm all the way up here. Well, this is really cool because we can go and press on the opposite muscle that makes that arm go up, which is this side right on the top. And we press in there and we hold, and then we have her raise that up. And a lot of times it just kind of frees right up. It goes right up like that. So in this technique, you have to think in opposites. Anything on this side, you work on that side. Anything on the front side, you work on the back. Any motion that you can't go into, like raising up, you want to think what raises the muscle going up, like these muscles here. Well, then you work on these muscles down here. So you always have to work on opposites, okay? So that's just kind of a brief introduction of the shoulder. Hope that helped, and put some comments below. I'll see you in the next video.